Hey everybody, welcome back for episode 3 of the excavation of HOB'S BARROW, our YouTube only let's play show. Previous episode we went into the woods after exploring the town of Bewlay a little bit. We went into the woods looking for the vicar, who started getting sick and then asked us to bleed him. Now, I understand bloodletting has been a traditional remedy for some illnesses. In fact, it's still used for certain things, but not for something that is like a stomach virus, or like he said he ate a bad blackberry, and that's just not a thing. Not to my knowledge, but let's get directly into the game, shall we? Okay, so he can take us to we found out that Father Roach can take us to Leonard Shoulder. We know where he's at, so I kind of want to do just a little bit more exploring first before we go. If anybody's in these outer homes.
I don't think anyone is home.
Okay. I also want to go.
Bugger off!
Ah, the unmistakable charm of old Cyril.
Okay. I don't remember meeting an old Cyril. Oh, yes, I do. He was one of the drunks at the inn the first night. That's right. Mr. Tillett.
Where did you go last night?
Have we met?
Last night at the Plough and Furrow.
Oh, Miss Bateman. I were blind drunk last night and woke up with a stinking headache.
You still smell like a brewery.
Sorry.
You went to use the lavatory and never came back, Mr. Tillett. I searched everywhere for you.
I think I remember you bought me a drink. Then it's all a blur. I woke up in my bed this morning with my wife sour at me for waking her at some ungodly hour.
Okay.
About last night. What were you going to tell me about Leonard Shoulder?
Who?
Leonard Shoulder. You told me you knew him, and promised to tell me more if I bought you a drink, which I did. So what were you going to tell me?
I don't really know the old bugger.
But you said you did.
Interesting.
No, I know naught about him. No, naught about Leonard Shoulder.
Okay.
You're hiding something, Mr. Tillett. I don't believe you.
I say a lot of things when I've got the drink in me. I probably just wanted you to buy me an ale.
A likely story.
Look, what would I gain from lying to you? I just wanted another drink.
Even if that's the case, it doesn't explain your disappearance.
I don't remember out.
About last night. You really don't remember where you went last night?
As I say, it's all a blur. I remember needing a piss. Then nothing. Well, you must have missed me when I came out.
I did not. I even went to the gents' toilets to find you.
Oh, aye. A sight for sore eyes.
It was. I checked everywhere, and you were nowhere to be found. The back door leading to the alleyway was blocked from the outside.
Oh, what?
Yes. You must have exited through that door, Mr. Tillett.
But you just said it were blocked.
There must be an explanation.
Blocked by you, maybe?
My mind is...
Or by whoever attacked you?
Did you block it?
What are you hiding, Mr. Tillett?
I've naught to say, 'cause I remember naught.
How's your headache faring?
It feels like a steam engine is driving full pelt in a circle around me skull.
Be sure to drink plenty of water, Mr. Tillett.
Aye, aye. I'll survive.
So, you work here?
Aye. Bewlay Station Master at your service. Would you like to buy a ticket?
Not just yet, thank you. I understand that some of the locals are not too happy about this new station.
Aye. I'd go as far as saying the whole village.
How long has the station been open for?
About 3 months. We're on the Midland Railway line. This employment's been a saviour for me. If I weren't stood here, I'd be drinking my life away at the pub right now. It's worth the occasional withering look from Cyril and the rest of them.
Okay.
What does a station master do?
A bit of this and a bit of that. I don't wish to bore you with such things.
As you wish.
My responsibilities here keep me on the straight and narrow, I'll tell you that much. A sense of duty can do wonders for a lost soul.
Indeed. This must be a rather lonesome post to occupy.
Trains pass through here more regularly than you might think, lass.
Farewell for now.
Ta-ra!
Okay. Okay, that's the furthest I can go. Okay. Interesting. Well, there's that gray cat. That always seems to be popping up, but now it's gone. What the hell? I have a feeling that cat's central to the story. Okay, so there's nothing else to do. Let me see. Well, no, that's not right. Because there was this way. Oh. Headstones.
John Purchase, dearly beloved husband of Florence. Forever in light, Anne Kemp.
That looks like a fresh grave.
Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister. Here lies Margaret Tillett, beloved mother, wife, and sister.
Okay.
Dances with angels. Joseph Davis. Samuel Bryden. Death is only a shadow across the path to heaven.
Weird.
Elizabeth Farnaby. This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
Yeah,
This appears to be a recently dug, unmarked grave.
that's interesting.
William Paxton. Modest and gentle of heart. Margaret's Lookout. I wonder who Margaret is, or was. A fine spot.
Let's keep going this way.
I've seen cairns like this all over England, quite common. The locals might be alarmed if I dismantled their cairn.
Okay.
The moors continue for miles in this direction. I don't wish to lose my way.
Okay, so we're gonna head back then to the forest. And okay, so if you're from Scotland or you know more about Scottish history, folklore, anything like that, please tell me in the comments what a cairn is. We're gonna head back to the forest though, meet back up with the vicar and go visit. Let me see your right to-do list. We've explored Bewlay. We're going to travel to Mr. Shoulder's residence with the vicar and hopefully find out what's going on. All right, let's.
The Shoulders house.
Excellent. I feel the fresh air will do me well. Follow me.
As long as you're not asking me to cut you again. Fucking weird. Okay. Animation's really well on this, like as far as smooth as it goes.
Morning, Father.
Good morning, Mrs. Duplancy. Mrs. Duplancy, this is Thomasina Bateman, a visitor to our parish.
We've already had the pleasure of meeting, Father.
Excellent. Miss Bateman, don't hesitate to try one of Mrs. Duplancy's wonderful cakes.
Yes, I've heard about her famous Bakewell puddings.
I'll be here all day, young lady. But remember, once they're gone, they're gone. Those little whelps have already gobbled up all the gingerbread.
You are doing God's work, Mrs. Duplancy.
He smiles upon us, Father.
Miss Bateman, if you'd like to follow me.
She must not like kids.
Let's talk of graves, of worms, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes, write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors, and talk of wills.
Shakespeare?
Quite. Which play?
Macbeth.
Magnificent guess, Miss Bateman, but I'm afraid that passage is from Richard II. Studying the work of the bard is one of my favorite pastimes. Follow me.
I wonder what would have unlocked if I would have guessed correctly.
Behold, the vast expanse of God's creation. The moors extend as far as the mortal eye can see. Beautiful, is it not?
Indeed, the moors are beautiful.
The beauty of God's creation is that it takes so many forms. How can one take in such a view and not have faith? Some look at these moors and think this a godless land. But I tell you, he is found in all domains. The Lord's work is all about us. Tell me, Miss Bateman, do you believe in God?
Interesting. Let's tell him that we've gone with telling the truth the whole game, so we're going to maintain.
The church was an important part of my early life, Father Roach. But what happened to my father eventually made me question things.
If you don't mind me asking, my child, what happened to your father?
He had an accident when I was very young.
Come along,
Oof.
Thomasina. Let's get out of the rain.
Flashback.
Remember what I told you, all right? Be a good girl. People are unwell here. They don't want to hear you running about making noise. Understood?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And don't annoy the nurses.
I promise I won't.
Interesting.
Let's see your father.
Daddy is sleeping. Mummy is crying. Daddy, wake up!
I don't think Daddy's sleeping.
Good evening, Mr. Bateman. Hello, little one. You must be Thomasina?
Yes.
My name is Nurse Blaketon. I just need to talk to your mummy for a little bit. I'm sorry to disturb you, Mrs. Bateman. Mrs. Bateman?
Will he ever talk again, Nurse Blaketon?
The doctor is uncertain, Mrs. Bateman. There is the possibility that Mr. Bateman won't regain any movement at all. But we will do our utmost to look after Mr. Bateman here at Ticehurst, ma'am. He will have a nurse by his side at all times, I can assure you.
So I wonder what ailment he had.
What sort of god would allow this fate to befall such a kind and honest man?
I'm sorry to hear this. God moves in mysterious ways, but he loves us all. Come along now.
Interesting.
Hello?
She wasn't here before.
She scampered off in a hurry. Who was that?
Some primitive folk make their home out on the moors. I suggest you keep your wits about you when you are exploring, and don't stray too far from Bewlay.
I see. How much farther to Mr. Shoulder's house?
Still quite a walk, I'm afraid, but we'll get to him soon enough. Now then, take a look at this.
Okay, so that'll be the cairn.
Legend has it that this cairn has stood here for over 1,000 years.
How remarkable.
The Devil's Toe.
I beg your pardon?
That's what it's called. The Devil's Toe.
Oh, I see.
Come now, onward.
Why is it called that, though, Padre?
We walked and walked across that vast, featureless landscape. All the while, Father Roach was whistling away merrily. Just as I had begun to wonder if we were hopelessly lost, a building emerged from the mist. Mr. Shoulder's cottage.
Here we are, Miss Bateman. Unless my memory fails me completely, this is Mr. Leonard Shoulder's house.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
Now, no need to thank me after your providential assistance today. However, I have something to ask you.
Yes?
Please don't tell Mrs. de Plancy about my little scene in the woods. She will only fret. The poor dear woman has enough on her mind as it is.
I shan't mention it.
Thank you. You'd better see if Mr. Shoulder is in.
Carved stone window, trousers, wood, hens, and a rooster.
A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a crescent moon.
Interesting.
Father, what do you make of this?
A peculiar adornment. I've not seen any like this in Bewlay, though it does remind me of a passage by the bard himself. It is the very error of the moon. She comes nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
The Merchant of Venice?
A splendid comedy. But that particular passage is from the great Othello. I'm afraid your knowledge of the bard is somewhat lacking.
It's been a while since I've read his work, Father.
Never mind.
This must provide a charming view across the moor. I've no desire to lug a block of wood about the countryside. A pair of thick woolen trousers. The trousers feel damp.
Okay.
Or still wet from last night's rain. A woolen undergarment. That glove looks familiar. I wonder if it matches the glove I found behind the plough and furrow. The gloves are a pair. Does this mean Mr. Shoulder was in the alley last night?
Interesting.
Why didn't he come inside to see me? Slightly damp.
I have a similar one myself. So very warm.
Mr. Shoulder must have dropped the matching glove last night. What was he doing in the alley? Rather rude of him not to come inside and see me.
Yeah, you think?
A fearsome-looking beast. A sweet little hen, plump and well-groomed. A sweet little hen, plump and well-groomed.
Well, let's knock on the door.
Mr. Shoulder? Is Thomasina Bateman here? I'm here in Bewlay as discussed.
Maybe try again. His hearing probably isn't the best at his age.
A carved stone has been affixed to the door. I think it depicts a... It's bolted onto the door itself. I can't remove it.
No sign of life?
None.
Hmm.
The window is nice and clean. The dwelling is by no means abandoned. Mr. Shoulder, are you home? It appears Mr. Shoulder is not at home.
Interesting.
Curses.
Perhaps you could try the handle?
It's locked.
Perhaps he's gone for a stroll.
Possibly.
I'd suggest you call back later, my child. I myself must make my way back home. I have some matters to attend to at the church. Shall I accompany you back to Bewlay?
No, you go ahead, Father. Thank you.
As you wish. Farewell, Miss Bateman. I hope Mr. Shoulder finds his way to you.
Thank you for your help, Father Roach.
My pleasure. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Romeo and Juliet?
Correct. That I shall say good night till it be morrow. Lord be with you.
Okay.
Shoulder, you've brought me to Bewlay, and now you're nowhere to be found.
Hmm.
As I trudged back to Bewlay across those cold moors, I made a new resolution. I would find HOB'S barrow myself, with or without Mr. Shoulder. The train! That must be Kenneth. I should go and meet him at the station.
Okay.
Where is Kenneth? He was supposed to wait for me at the station. I'm looking for my assistant, Kenneth.
Oh, aye.
His train has arrived.
Not a single soul disembarked the last train, Miss Bateman.
Impossible. Was that not the midday train from London by way of Derby?
Aye, it were. Mr. Price were here, unloaded a few crates.
But no Kenneth.
Not a soul. Hold on. One of them crates had your name on it, Miss Bateman. A great big one it were, with...
A red ribbon.
Aye.
What is Kenneth playing at, sending my equipment but not himself? Curses. Where is my crate now?
Mr. Price took away all the crates on his cart.
Who?
Mr. Price, he's the postmaster.
Okay.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the storeroom, just north of the plough and furrow. You'll see it. There's a Royal Mail plaque on the wall.
Thank you.
Okay.
Where can I find Mr. Price?
He lives above the... You'll see.
Thank you. Farewell for now.
Ta-ra.
Interesting. Hey, Cyril's out.
Good day to you, Cyril.
How do, lass?
What are you up to, Cyril?
Keeping an eye on that bleeding railway station. That's what. Thankfully, no one got off the last train.
Really hate that station, don't you?
Oh, I curse Midland Railway for bringing their damn line through Bewlay. This is our town, our land. 'Tis no place for outsiders.
So you keep saying.
Anyway, no more trains today. Almost time to celebrate with an ale, I think.
I could do with one myself.
You paying?
No.
I found Mr. Shoulder's house today, but he wasn't home.
Why the bleeding hell should I care, lass?
Just making small talk.
Do you know where it is?
Mind your own business, lass.
God, he's a cranky old fucker, isn't he?
Goodbye.
Ta-ra, lass.
Good day.
Yes?
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
That must be the postmaster's storeroom. Hello.
Good day. I haven't seen you in Bewlay before.
I'm just visiting.
Lovely. It's nice to see a new face. We don't get many visitors. My name's Henry. Henry Long.
Nice to meet you, Henry. Thomasina Bateman.
Wonderful. What a treat.
You seem in a good mood, Mr. Long.
It's just lovely to see a new face. Where are you from, Miss Bateman?
Originally, a small town on the outskirts of Derby, Mr. Long, though I currently reside in London.
London? I've never met anyone from London. How very exciting. Have you lived there a long time?
It's been quite a few years now, yes.
I've heard that the air there is so heavy with smoke, it makes it hard to breathe.
It is the industrialization era.
You must miss the fresh northern air. Well, you've got that in Bewlay. No factories out here. Such things are a blight on his creation. I were born in this very home I stand in front of. Bewlay is in my blood. Why would I ever want to leave? Especially now I can meet new folk thanks to the railway line.
I'm looking for Mr. Price, the postmaster.
Oh, Mr. Price, my lovely neighbour. I'm afraid you've just missed him.
Curses.
I saw him wheeling a large crate into his storeroom just there.
It must be mine. I really need it.
Have a look through the window to see if it's yours.
Where did Mr. Price go?
I don't know. The man were in a hurry. I know he has family in Bakewell.
That's miles away. Did he leave by foot?
No, by horse. He must be a few miles down the road by now.
Curses. When will Mr. Price be back?
He didn't say. Could be tonight, could be a few days.
How infuriating.
I told him I'd keep watch of his storeroom, and I'm a man of my word, Miss Bateman. I shall not budge from this spot.
Jesus.
Do you know a man named Leonard Shoulder?
Aye, funny old fellow. I hear he lives way out on the moors somewhere.
Have you seen him recently?
No, not for a long while now that you mention it. Why do you ask?
It's a long story, but I was to meet him in Bewlay. He invited me here.
Well, I must thank him when I see him for inviting such an enchanting young woman.
You flatter me, Mr. Long. I'm looking for HOB'S Barrow.
One of those old burial hills?
Yes. Do you know where it is?
Believe it or not, I haven't set foot on the moors since I were a child.
Why is that?
I've got all I need right here in Bewlay. And we're all...
This guy's a homebody.
Which brings us lovely new faces.
Your opinion of the railway station differs widely from your fellow townsfolk, Mr. Long. I've not met anyone particularly keen on it.
That railway line is the start of a new era for Bewlay. Mark my words. There's much to protect here, but we need new blood. I hope that some of you visitors will actually stay here permanently.
Why is that?
So I have new friends to talk to. Some people here don't want any new friends. Cyril Farnaby, the miserable old sod, is the worst offender.
I've had the pleasure of meeting Cyril. He really dislikes the railway station.
Absolutely miserable he is. I've tried to convince him many times that the station will help Bewlay. He just doesn't understand.
I met him last night in the Plough and Furrow.
Aye, the scene of our many debates. Blimey. I could go for an ale right now, actually.
So he's a semi-modern man who appreciates a railway, but still likes the simplicities of living in the small town. Interesting.
Can I buy you a drink?
Really?
No. Wait.
I don't have any money.
Let me open a tap.
Perhaps. You could always ask him. I shouldn't leave anyway. Mr. Price is relying on me to keep watch of his storeroom.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.
I think he's a bit of a simpleton.
Royal Mail, Postmaster's Residence.
Okay.
The local post office.
Huh?
Where's my crate? Kenneth always ties a red ribbon to it. I can see an envelope tucked behind the ribbon. Perhaps it can help explain Kenneth's absence. I'm going to have to get in there.
The postmaster isn't home.
But my crate is in there.
You'll have to wait for Mr. Price to get back.
There's nothing else I wish to discuss at the moment.
Okay.
The man is standing right there.
Okay. Door, window, plaque. Okay, there's nothing else to do.
The door has been boarded up. The building looks like a ruin. Hello?
See if he's got anything new.
I really must find HOB'S Barrow.
What did I tell you last time? Not to be found digging around in those things.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Good day, sir.
That's right. This guy doesn't talk.
I'm sorry to ask this, Mr. Kemp, but could I please open a tab?
Still not in your purse?
I'm afraid not. My assistant hasn't arrived as planned, so I find myself in a bind. He must have put the money in my crate, which is currently being held in Mr. Price's storeroom.
Well, as you know, I run an honest establishment here, and I do trust you.
Well, that's good.
I'll open an account for you, to be settled at the end of your stay.
Of course. Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Now then, I'll be needing something of value as a deposit.
I thought you said you trusted me.
Aye, it's not personal, lass. One can never be too cautious.
That makes sense.
I found Mr. Shoulder's home, thanks to the help of Father Roach.
Wonderful. So you've met our vicar then?
Yes, I did. An interesting character.
Indeed. So, did old Leonard apologise for his absence?
Not quite. He wasn't home.
What is that man playing at?
You tell me. I've decided to find HOB'S Barrow without Mr. Shoulder's aid.
Are you sure that's a wise idea, lass?
What other choice do I have?
I mean, we've had worse.
Do you know where I can find the barrow?
No, sorry. I say that on my mother's grave, Miss Bateman.
My assistant has not arrived as planned.
Oh,
Is everything all right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I to keep a room for him just in case?
If you could hold it for one more night, Mr. Kemp.
As you wish.
How can I open a tab again?
Leave me an item of value as a deposit. I'll give it back to you at the end of your stay, when it will be time to pay the piper.
Goodbye.
See you soon.
Okay, so I need something of value that I can give up for the tab, so...
I've stored my case in there. A box within a box. I've hung my dress aside from that.
What do I have that'd be of value? The glove, key, silver necklace. I wonder if that'll work.
Will you accept this silver cross pendant as a deposit?
Can I take a closer look at it? Aye, silver. That'll do.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp.
Can I get you something to drink?
Yeah, we're gonna have an ale.
There we are. That's 2 pence on your account.
Okay.
Most agreeable.
Okay. We're gonna head back to our room for now. And that is going to be it for today. Thank you everybody for joining me on this next episode of HOB'S BARROW. Always appreciated. And this is interesting. It is. Arthur is saying that he lied to us, which I find doubtful. The priest is an interesting situation. We've had a flashback. There's something not right about this town. And it's not just the superstition. There's something that just does not feel right about Bewlay. And the further we investigate, and I think we'll get some answers once we do find the Barrow and investigate there. But thank you everybody for hanging out with me for this episode of the excavation of HOB'S BARROW, and I'll see everybody on the next one. See you soon. Hey everybody, Todd56 here signing off. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you want to see more, click the videos that are listed or hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications in order to be notified when I've got more posted. Until then, as always, be good, be kind, be safe. See you next time.